Like half a league, half a league, half a league onward, all through the valley of death, road to 600.
I forgot to add the Shakespeare again.
I have some memorized, just a few monologues if you want one. I'm just kidding, I don't have any.
I was about to say, bet I don't just add that here real quick. All right, everybody ready?
All right.
Wait, yeah, okay, I'm ready.
Good, because we're live.
I'm just thinking about Burt Reynolds.
Iron Palace Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Iron Palace Podcast, the world's most anabolic podcast this side of the Mason-Dixon, and that's a guarantee. You hear me?
Sure. Burt Reynolds, underrated running back.
Yeah. Big facts.
So, Holland, I hear you got some monologues memorized.
His log ain't had mono in about 6 weeks. They cleared it up.
Yeah.
They finally got it.
Turns out there is a cure.
Yeah.
Ivermectin found. Turns out.
Ivermectin.
Well, that's fun. Well,
Ivermectin and enough antibiotics.
and enough anabolics. Anyway, so our guest for the day bailed. Long story short.
So we upgraded.
Ching.
Called the best person I know, Alan. So, so since Michael couldn't make it, I figured we might as well let everybody hear what his introduction would have been.
Yeah, Michael.
So this is what it would have sounded like, Michael. When describing this man, the only downside I can think of is he's a Gators fan. But nevertheless, he accentuates himself as a president of Twisted Kilt and a leader of Clan Donachie. He shows strength through sheer power on the field and thickness of his skull. The man of the hour, the man in the hot seat, the man that hasn't looked above my chest since he got here, Michael Puddle Pirate Cottony. I just realized I almost messed up because I misspelled or typoed his last name. On here it says Courtney.
Hey, Courtney. Auto check.
It's a lady's name.
That would have been funnier if he was here and I did say Courtney and that was your response.
I think
It's a lady's name.
I think we should introduce everybody from now on with that introduction.
And mispronounce their name.
Yep. Everybody gets the same introduction.
Purposefully. When they're like,
Michael
actually, my name, like,
Courtney's.
yeah, not really focused on that right now. I just keep moving.
Yeah. Only thing that changes is their first name, but Puddle Pirate and Courtney stays the same. Perfect.
Yep.
So the icebreaker for today, I don't think I need to introduce Alan. We've had an introduction for Alan before.
Yeah, and it was epic.
Nobody's seen my face before, though.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do
there was
video
a
last
video.
time.
Yeah.
We tried and it...
Can we zoom?
Take your shirt off, Alan.
Wait,
You don't want to see that.
I'll zoom in post.
Okay.
But, well, I guess, here's Alan. So for today's icebreaker is, have you ever accidentally made eye contact with someone mid-squat and felt like you were interrupting their personal journey to the center of the earth?
No.
I have made eye contact with someone mid-squat, and it was awkward, but we got
Usually
through
it's
it.
myself in the mirror, and it's just as awkward.
Yeah, at the gym, I find it very odd that there's these full body, like wall-sized mirrors in the bathroom. Have you seen? I know you've been to the bathroom there, but have you seen them? I always like look at them like, who needs to see themselves at this angle?
I don't know. I'm in there flexing all the time. So
Yeah.
On the toilet?
yeah.
Obviously, you aren't an Instagram photographer like Holland and myself.
That's on Instagram?
Not ours.
Forgot. You guys have your private, it's like OnlyFans, but it's like only y'all.
It's called, it's
only-
at the stash 6969 is the handle.
At the stash.
Yeah.
That's better than I thought. I thought that was going to be your cosmic brown eye.
Yeah. It's not.
That's a throwback if anybody remembered that one.
Bleach fixed that right up.
And ivermectin.
Apparently it cures more than you think.
Yeah.
I just like to point out the hill I'm dying on. So Like 2 episodes ago, I told Caleb, I was like, hey, that music was really loud. Do you care to take my headphones down? He's like, it's the same place it's always been. I was like, it feels a little loud. He's like, you're just going to ask me to turn it back up. So I've done like 2 episodes now where I can't hear nothing because I refuse to turn my headphones back up.
I'm gonna ask him then.
I can hear you.
Will that work if I ask him?
Sure, I can hear you though, like over what I hear in the headphones. That's how I've been doing it.
Hey, Caleb,
2 weeks. That's just
you give him-
professional.
How's that?
Oh, that's my head.
Yeah.
I didn't need that.
How's that?
that was rough.
He said, that's mine.
My ears are ringing now.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
I don't know you.
I can feel you.
This is velvet. That's velveteen. A gentleman should know the difference.
It's become really interesting to see how fast we get off track.
Yeah.
Not that we were on track, but
There are tracks.
Yeah.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah. So, eye contact. Somebody
Yeah.
squatting. I don't think I've ever made eye contact with somebody squatting.
It's kind of been a while
I
since
made
I've
eye
even-
contact at the urinal before, though.
Yeah,
That's not awkward.
That's very awkward.
I don't think that's awkward.
Nah,
It's endearing, I think.
yeah.
Me and David do it all the time.
Makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
I can't pee unless I'm looking a man in the eye.
I will say, when I was in the Air Force one time, I was on the plane. So the primary part of my job was to sit on the plane and wait for it to take off. So whenever it was ready to take off, if there's no problems, I'd marshal it out, kind of like you did at the airport.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on there. A bunch of Army jumpers got on. They're all like just like line after line in the bathroom, and they can't shut the door because their backpacks are so big. So I'm over here, just waiting, making sure everything's fine. I look up, and there's like this direction. If you're watching, you'll see that I'm pointing caddy corner of my right.
Had to make sure the can't roast on you.
I did too.
He's
But,
pointing northeast.
Approximately. I can't see the sun in here, so I don't know. But
2 point is.
yeah. But I looked over. I don't even know why I looked up and over, but I looked over and I see this dude side-eyeing the mirror that's looking dead at me. And I went, all right. And I stood up, took my stuff, and I stayed outside the plane for the rest of the time.
All I know is if urinals weren't meant to accommodate 2 men at once, me and Caleb couldn't make it work.
I agree. It's very nice. So you don't feel lonely. Like someone's in it with you.
Yeah.
You don't get lost in how deep the water is.
Sometimes I like to reach over the barrier and introduce myself, see if I can't like squeeze in to a urinal beside me. Because like I'll sit there and wait and hold it because I can't go until somebody comes up like, hey, how's it going? Kind of make conversation and just kind of work my way over.
It's doing better now.
We need to bring back troughs.
How many? Yeah.
I forgot about
How many
troughs.
people have you tried to make conversation with urinal and they've just like decided that they didn't have to pee that bad?
Okay, like,
Most.
so here's what I do have to say this because a lot of times you can't trust what David says because you don't know if it's true or not. I can tell you the amount of times I have been in the bathroom at work and I can hear David talking to someone at the urinal.
And I have no idea who they are.
So
Friendly guy.
this is 100% a fact about David. If we were doing fun facts about each other, this is David's fun fact. That is a true
He
story.
talks to people at the urinal.
I like when I'm in a stall before a break and like break happens and then everybody comes in and they're waiting in line. Everybody's at the urinal. They're all chit chatting and I'll holler from the stall, "Stop talking! It makes me nervous. I can't finish."
Again, that is a true story. I have not known I'm in the bathroom with David until I hear him.
Yeah.
Would you rather me sneak up on you in the bathroom?
No.
Exactly.
Scary thought.
I will say one of the more awkward times I've had at the bathroom, which how we got on this topic beats me, but
Eye contact with people
is
squatting.
that
Remember, you asked the
Yeah.
question.
right, but that still does.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You broke this ice.
Yeah.
It is the icebreaker.
Hey.
But anyways, I'm sitting at work, and I don't know if like maybe I have like a spidey sense of when things are not normal, and I'm just sitting there, playing on my phone, using the bathroom, and just something tells me I need to look up. How many times I've looked up in the bathroom, I don't know, but I look up and there's a ladder, 2 foot over the stall, and a guy coming up the ladder, and I was like,
Pervert.
I was like, this is a new one.
I'm glad you're here. Can you give me some toilet paper?
Has anybody ever asked y'all for something while you're in the bathroom?
No.
Like they forgot something in there, and they're like, "Hey, bro."
Yeah. I've actually asked somebody for my phone. that
See,
lived.
okay, the phone makes sense, but like, so we wear safety glasses at work all the time. I went in the stall the other day, and I saw him in there, and I thought, man, somebody's missing those. And I'm sitting there, I wasn't there 2 seconds, and I hear feet pitter pattering across the thing. And he goes, "Hey, man, can you hand me those safety glasses in there? Like, I would go get a new set.
Yeah, I would. I have gotten a new set because of that.
Yes. Never, for one, never would I ask someone that's in the bathroom to hand me something that's going on my face. 2,
That's how you get pink eye.
yes.
Or start the most romantic night of your life. You can go either way.
Yeah. Before you hand them to me, can you put them on your face? Then hand them to me.
Pick them up without touching them with your hands. Just apply them to your face and lean out.
That was also one of the fun times that I forget how tall I am. So while sitting on the toilet, I handed it over. And he goes, where you at? And I was like, up. And he goes, oh, thanks.
I think nobody's asked me because, like you said, I'm usually already talking to people, and I've already kind of established a weird dominance. Or like,
A weird.
I don't want to get stuck in a conversation with this guy who's already pooping just to get my safety glasses. Because I'll talk to him. I'll make him like, oh, how you doing today, man? Yeah, hold on, let me get him. Just a second. I'm kind of focusing right now, but tell me about your day.
What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, they just don't want those problems. I put out the vibe.
Have you ever made contact over the toilet stall with another tall person?
Oh, see, I do this weird thing where I have to. I don't want people to see me.
So you squat down?
I do. I've been like this. Look, this is what I do. It's more like a hunch than anything. Because there's been too many times that I've been over and like someone that's not as tall but somewhere as tall, and we make eye contact over the stall. I'm not about it.
Yeah, the guy finished the business, stood up, and I looked, and he's looking right at me. He's like, it's not very often I see somebody
I know.
eye over the top
It's like
of the
that meme
stall.
from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They see each other from across the restaurant. And
Yeah, that's what it feels like. And
Yeah,
so
it's
now
weird.
it's become a common practice that I'm just hunched over while I'm getting ready to do the business. Because no thanks.
Phrasing. I have no fear of being seen in the bathroom. I'll send you a picture of me in the
We know
bathroom.
whatsoever. Believe we've got it on our TikTok about you sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
When I worked with my cousin, that was like a game we'd have. Like, it was never safe to poop at work because we'd get a picture of you and send it to everybody. Like, just always thought, boop, have a good time in there, buddy. Their meeting would pose. Like,
So, have you ever walked into a public restroom and dude standing there at the urinal, pants like at his ankles?
I've seen that at
what a
work.
power
Like,
move.
I'm always like, why would you want your pants touching the floor down there?
You gotta. It's a
so
game
gross.
at that point, though. You have to one up him. So you just walk up and give him a good game. That's
Yeah.
the only thing you can do.
One of my best friends from the Air Force has done that many times. Like, we will be at a public restaurant and like he'll let me walk in first, and then he'll come in, wait for me, pants around the ankle coming into the bathroom. I'm like, y'all would get along great, Dave. Now that I think about it, y'all would be really tight.
I've had so many one-way conversations at urinals at like pubs and stuff. Like, I'll hear like some like Britney Spears or something playing as the door opens and the guy will come to the urinal beside me. I said, dude, did you play this? Like, you can be honest with me if you played this. Like, if you like this song, it's cool, dog. There's more to look at. I think it's kind of catchy too, man.
Here's how I picture them next to you. You're talking about it. They're just going,
It's more just a frozen in fear looking directly at the wall. They act like a dog. Like, a dog is like, oh, if I don't look at them, they can't see me. Like, people they fall to that real quick at a urinal.
that meme of that kid, he's just like standing there holding his cup like,
It'll lock. Yeah, they freeze up.
yeah.
I will say though that I have before intentionally, like, you walk in and there's a row of like 7 urinals and somebody's all the way in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Pick the one right beside.
Oh, yeah.
I do that a lot.
That's another one of my urinal greatest hits. I walk into a bathroom and immediately holler, I call middle.
Also heard
Yep.
David say that. That's the more popular one I've heard.
Yeah. I get real upset when the middle one's out of order. It breaks
wait.
my heart. I get excited. I go, all right, middle one's open. There'll be a bag over them. Oh, wait.
Or he'll walk in and like, the middle one's the only one taken. The other ones are free. And he's like, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I want that one.
I get in line directly behind the guy.
You can feel your breath on his neck. Are you almost done?
In the other, the locker room, there's 3 urinals on one side and 3 on the other.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I go to one adjacent to someone. And I'll be like, all right, on the count of 3, we're going to try to hit each other's urinals. All right, defense is up to you, dog. I start counting down. Some people will be like, no, don't you. Others just ignore me.
What I want to know, is it the people that know you or don't know you? They're like, no, don't, that really think you're about to do it.
Usually it's the ones that know me. They're like, don't, please don't.
That makes more sense to me. Because I know you, I would think you're going to do it.
Hope you don't like them shoes.
It would be that if I don't know you, I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah. Those are cloth. Your socks are going to get wet.
Yeah, he's not going to do it. He's coming at you.
If I think about it enough, I'm liable to.
Huh? Liable to what?
Anyways.
Yeah, played battle urinals.
Oh, yeah.
If you give me enough time and I got to go, and like I feel like, okay, I've got enough to have at least a half a game in me, I might shoot.
Feeling froggy, I'll hop.
Let's see what the Lord takes me. Anyway, you got any more icebreakers?
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
That was the first time that
Those
the
are the better
icebreaker has actually went into a conversation. Every time these are like on one thing, and you're like, yeah, conversation over. So now I know. Every icebreaker needs to be about the bathroom, apparently.
No, I think we've milked that one.
Oh, yeah?
We've milked that cow dry. Time to put her down and make a porterhouse, my guy.
Why do you keep staring at Holland when you say that?
I was waiting for him to look.
I can feel it.
Didn't break for a second.
Staring into Holland's temple is my safe space.
I can feel the gaze upon
Whoa.
me. Whoa.
Phrasing.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
What are you
Hope
feeling?
you're not feeling the gaze without consent, buddy. It's almost Pride Month. That shit ain't gonna fly in June, all right? Get it out of your system now.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, whenever we get to Kentucky, there's none of that. It's all business up there.
What?
The business of teaching people to read.
Oh, we're going to get beat up. Especially after your idea earlier.
Yeah, I thought it was a good one.
David's idea is for our intro for the live podcast to cut it and then start playing Rocky Top.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. We want some black eyes. I haven't had a black eye in a while.
I think it'd be
Why is it
good.
always a race thing with you? Kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is your podcast,
Yeah.
so.
This is true.
I'm going to tell them.
You gonna let some folk from a Commonwealth scare you?
Yeah. I don't know if you know this,
They're in a
Dave.
state. I don't even
But,
think they seceded.
it's
Cowards.
Did you say succeed or succeed?
Both.
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 Both of
yeah.
them.
Both of them. See, those are the people I'm specifically worried about because they've had nothing better to do than beat each other up. That's what they do on Christmas, so they have something to play with, beat each other up.
I don't know, man. I feel like they throw chunks of coal at each other.
That's still, and I think that counts as beating each other
I
up.
don't know. I can't get behind it.
Is Somerset coal country?
I don't know.
To David, kind of like Canada.
Yeah.
Kentucky is just all the same.
Yeah.
There's no different colors around there. It's just all blue.
I think I've decided, like, if I was a wrestling persona, I'd be a heel because that's just my favorite thing is just to pick. Oh, that's not my team, so
Yeah.
Shocker.
hate
Dave.
those guys.
I'm honestly amazed you've been on the side of the podcast this long. I really thought at some point you're going to start deleting our posts off Facebook if you think it's funny.
Report it.
Actively working against it.
Come to think of it,
I hate you guys.
honestly, I have waited for that to happen.
I've just been waiting to collect enough material to cancel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting on David to start his own podcast and then start a rival with us. That's what I have waited on happening.
Like one of those YouTube channels that just picks podcasts apart, but does them for all the. I just do it just for this one.
Yeah.
I have a commentary channel that's just about this podcast.
Yep, every week. You know what really grinds my gears? Iron Palace podcast.
Those
You know what?
jabronis.
Why is the guy so tall? That's it. That's it.
Well, we have been wanting a podcast beef.
Yeah.
There you go, Dave. You go start your own podcast.
I'll start a beef with y'all.
I don't know. I think Dave's beef with us would get way too personal, way too fast. I think me and Holland just be over here with our feelings hurt every week.
Yeah.
Poking the bear is my favorite pastime.
I'm too sensitive for that. Never mind.
That's what I'm saying.
Emotionally, he bruises like a banana.
Yeah.
Physically, I am strong. Emotionally, I am like a peach.
I'm the exact opposite. I tell them at work all the time. I go, I got that. I'll go pick it up. They're like, thanks. I'm like, that's what I'm here for. Strong back, weak mind, boys.
Well, speaking of strong back, I'm glad you brought that up. Makes it for an easy segue into today's Iron Parables. But
I know, I read ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Before we start that, Dave, you got an ad? A quick natty addy, if you will.
One of these days, I want to remember August 17th. Today's the day I remember. In Somerset, Kentucky. I can't remember the name.
Kentucky Open.
The Kentucky
It
Open.
is literally 2 words.
Yeah, but one of them is Kentucky.
Well, it's in Kentucky, so you'd think that would be the one you'd remember.
Yeah, but you'd think they'd lie about it so people show up.
Somerset's a beautiful city.
Somerset is dope.
What are you advertising for?
Our meet and the Kentucky Open.
I was about to say, he'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to just blow off Holland. I got to answer my boy.
David is the living embodiment of let him cook. Like,
Where was I? Oh, yeah. Kentucky
you
Open.
got something for focus?
Yeah.
Say there's something for focus.
Live podcast, a meet, and then our record breaker.
It's not our record breaker. It's all part of the same Kentucky Open.
Well, yeah, it's all one
I
big
actually
thing.
didn't notice that you'd said that about until Clint texted me today.
Well, see, I thought that was the point of the break in the middle. I thought he wanted to, but
It is to separate the
Yeah.
two, but it's still all considered the Kentucky Open.
okay, cool. Well, it's all Kentucky Open. We're gonna have a meet, our podcast, and then a record breaker.
True. That'll be the first time that I say we're live and we're actually
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clint's an honorary Tennessean. Don't let all that Kentucky stuff hurt your feelings, Clint.
We love you, Clint.
Yeah.
We're all going to
We can
get
get you some papers.
after this airs. We're all going to get letters that say you are now banned from Kentucky.
I will say, Rupp was a known racist. We got to change the name of that stadium. I sign a petition every time it comes up, but
How often does it come up?
about once a year when we play Kentucky.
Is that because you started?
You don't get that on the JRE. Sheesh.
The studio's falling apart.
Alan's first day on the job, and
He had a rage and started throwing
man,
lights.
I didn't know you were so passionate about Kentucky.
Sorry, Alan.
Yeah.
Man, all right, Dave, stop talking about Kentucky.
I mean, the derby's
Well,
cool.
once I switched to started complimenting him, that's when he got mad. Alan's team, Tennessee,
Oh.
dog.
That checks out.
Colors don't run.
They don't run, but they fall.
They talk a lot of crap, though.
they run their mouth.
I would actually say that is probably what Tennessee is most known for, talking a lot of trash. And by Tennessee, I mean David.
It's my trade. I'm a shit talker by trade.
My trade. Man, you even moved the camera. Wait for it.
Do that.
What?
Wait,
look at it.
wait.
Before it even moved, look
Wrong
at
direction. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You don't see camera work like that in ET, do you?
it. ET. Or on BET. It's right here is it.
Oh, why you fixed that? I was thinking Steven Spielberg reminded me of. I told Travis today. So like one of
Look
my
at that.
absolute heroes, Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? You hear that name, you're like American badass, right?
Yeah.
Hard, cool dude. But if you get rid of like the wrestling persona and the rest of the name, it's just a dude named Steve who takes care of cats, and that's a lot less intimidating than the name Steve. It's a bald guy named Steve who's got a barn full of stray cats, and he puts them on Instagram.
That's true. If I were to meet someone named Steve Austin in real life, I'd say, why you got 2 first names?
Yeah. What?
And then if he talked like that and he never had the wrestling persona, why you talk like that?
Have you seen his TikToks?
I would
and
say
Instagram
it louder.
lately?
I'd be like, why do you have
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why do you?
Start sign language into it.
His Instagram and TikTok now, like he'll be in the barn. He's got cats, like wild cats that feed, or barn cats that he'll feed and stuff. And they're named Poncho and Lefty. And he's like, people been asking where Lefty is. He's not been here in a while. He's okay. Here he is. It's Lefty. You're all right, ain't you, Lefty? It's just him giving reports on his cats.
I would say, I don't know why you did a Macho Man impression at one time. Because your Stone Cold is way better than your Macho
I have
Man.
Stone Cold in my heart, right next to Burt Reynolds, in a twin size bed. Both of them. They're real close.
That bed is full.
Stand room only, son.
So to back up a second, did we finish your ad?
No.
Yeah,
Did we?
I don't-
probably.
My bad.
We'll go back and listen to it later. August 17th.
There
What
we
time?
go.
Have they said a time?
You'll have to look at the
August
actual-
all
17th,
day.
whenever Clint tells us, at the Expo Center in Somerset, Kentucky. Beautiful Somerset, Kentucky.
where the summer sets, I think.
There is a really cool bridge between here and Somerset. No kidding. Like if you pass it early in the morning, there's like a fog over it. It's like over a little valley. It is pretty neat.
Hey, speaking of cool bridges, have you been to that? Have you been to Norfolk, Virginia? Going there. There's that. It starts off as a bridge, and then it goes into a tunnel and goes under the bay.
No.
Oh, it's wild.
Yeah.
I have not.
It's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Well, what are you doing later?
Like,
Let's go see it.
driving to Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, then you got the coastal highway too. There's one at bridges and tunnels along the front of the bay.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty wild. It's
it
takes forever.
The first time that I was on it, I was going to do a strongman competition at Brute Strength Gym, which isn't open anymore, which is a shame. That was the best strongman gym I'd ever been to. I mean,
I don't think I've ever been to a strongman gym.
it was huge too. It was probably
Huge.
probably 10,000. It was probably 10,000 square feet of warehouse space, and it was full of just strongman equipment. I mean, but it was dark when I was coming in that night, and it was raining and stuff. Visibility was bad, and all I knew then was I was on a bridge. Then I'm driving through a tunnel, and whatever. Coming back home, I popped out of this tunnel, and I'm like, wait a second, I was under the what?
Hold up.
Yeah, so I turned around and drove back so I could do it again.
Held your breath the next time just to be safe.
Yeah. So, bridges. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cool bridge.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the bridge itself isn't cool. It's like more of a cool location. It's like a normal standard highway bridge. But, I mean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. On the way to Somerset.
Yeah.
For our competition.
Yeah, where the Strength Expo is.
I went for a car show when I was celebrating. But I will be going for probably. We'll see if I'm.
Anyways.
All right. Now that I think we're through that.
Yeah, we got through that ad. August 17th, the Kentucky Open. Come see us.
Hey, what are the events at the Kentucky Open?
The Hackenschmidt floor press.
And the People's Deadlift. I remember that one.
People's
yes.
Deadlift.
Because it should be named after The Rock.
I didn't hear what you were saying. I just heard you talking. I thought, here we go. David's about to run away with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Turns out I had one.
And for once, I actually have a story already being worked on for that event.
Nice.
Because I actually started.
Spoilers, no spoilers.
No, I actually started researching for this person for just one of our weekly shows, and I thought this one is actually pretty dope. So, and I needed more time to actually figure this dude out because he did a lot of things. So I'm gonna do it then. It's gonna be sweet.
I hope it's Keanu Reeves.
Hope it's Bob People.
I couldn't cover. No, I couldn't cover.
It's The Rock.
Nope. And I thought about it. I almost did The Rock. I almost did The Rock, but man.
Know your role.
Anyway, so
It doesn't matter what your name
Don't matter what you think. We should start using jabroni more.
Yeah, we need to bring that back.
I think you have snuck it into about every other episode.
Doing the Lord's work.
It's true. Speaking of Lord's work, let's go into the Iron Parables, where unless their name's Doug, you'll probably guess them before David does. This has become my favorite part of the show. Not really. Just you have to do better this week than last week, Holland. I don't actually know if you'll guess this person.
I don't remember how you did last week, Colin. Don't let him come at you like that.
Yeah. I'm on pins and needles.
Yeah.
Do you remember who last week's was?
No, who was last week?
Hillary Clinton, I think.
What'd you say, Alan?
I didn't say that.
Oh,
Charlie Daniels.
it was Milo.
This is Charlie Daniels about when he whooped
Was
the
it?
devil in that
Pretty
fiddle
sure.
contest.
Because
No,
that episode has already aired.
you're correct. Because I just listened to it today. That's why I thought it was last week, because I listened to it today.
Oh.
It was last week.
Oh.
I don't remember. Anyways, so this man,
Grow up, Colin.
this man in his prime was mathematically 15%.
Logan Paul, you said prime. It was a clue. We got him.
No.
Nailed it. Oh.
If anything, it would have been Jake Paul, but it's still no. In his prime, this man was mathematically 15% stronger than anyone in the world.
How do they figure that math?
Well, we'll get there.
I
But
want to see that equation.
Well, we'll get there. Does anybody want to take a stab at it?
Marshawn Lynch.
Wrap it up, boys.
Beast mode.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Finally, you know why I'm here.
Anyways,
I know I'm gonna get got, but I'm gonna get got. I'm gonna get got more than I get gotted.
Daggum right. Remember when he stole the cart and drove around the field?
The Mighty Atom was last week.
Oh yeah.
Which by the time this comes out, that'll be out. So.
I think Jesse Ventura listens to us. Never mind, go ahead. Finish your story.
In 1991, he accomplished what was called the greatest single powerlifting performance of all time.
He overhead pressed Rosie O'Donnell.
No. Completing a 2,402-pound total with a 962-pound squat, 545-pound bench, and a 901-pound deadlift that set the world record a staggering 14.5% over anything that had been done before, all while at a body weight of 220 pounds.
The world's most natural athlete, Hulk Hogan.
This man also has been called the king of powerlifting, and I forget who was it. I think someone called him the Shakespeare of powerlifting. Actually, I don't think it was that. I don't think it was Shakespeare, but either way, something similar to that. Yeah. I didn't write that one down. I meant to.
So, some say.
So pretty much all we know is he had another name, and it wasn't. It was the Shakespeare.
It wasn't Shakespeare, but it was somewhere.
Some
near
call him the
that.
gangster of love.
I've heard him called Maurice.
Yeah.
Any guesses?
Steve Miller.
Yeah.
Close. Dave Miller.
Beyonce.
Was he a midnight toker?
You're getting there.
He got his loving on the run.
He's also been. He got disqualified from 3 IPF meets, which landed him a permanent ban from IPF.
I like him already.
Bill Dance.
No. Anybody?
Kobe Bryant.
Oh, and he's also 5'5".
I'm going to know this guy.
You are going to know him.
I'm going to know him.
I know you're going to know him.
I read about this recently.
It's going to make me mad.
I know you're going to know him.
225.5 is pretty thick.
Yeah. Oh, and he got banned from IPF for using D-ball, by the way.
That a boy.
3 times they said. And the last one was at like I think it was like a national championship to which it got erased from history.
Yeah.
Like they went in and said, no. But either way.
Just normal stuff, trend, D-ball, test.
That's all you need.
Does USAWA test for Holland testosterone? Because I've been taking doses of that recently.
Guys, watch out when he competes. It's going to be something.
So, any guesses before we proceed?
Allen.
No.
Chuck Mangione.
No.
Tom Petty.
So, that being said, he wouldn't stop there. In 1998,
That was the year.
anyways, in 1998, at the USA World Championship, or USPA, or I forget, I had a typo there, now I don't remember what it is. World Championship in Las Vegas, weighing in at 239 pounds, in a staggering third attempt squat of 1,003 pounds, a bench of 573 pounds, and a deadlift of 887 for a combined total of 2,463 pounds, setting an all-time record that surpassed all weight classes, not just the one he was in, but that includes the 242-pound weight class, 275, 308, and the super heavyweight weight classes. And it set a record for the total, or for the most weight lifted in the history, regardless of weight class.
Vince McMahon.
No, I know you're going to know who it is. Like he is the GOAT of powerlifting.
Yeah.
Well, I have heard of him.
But
you might have heard of him.
whenever he first started lifting, I think he was
Ed Coan.
Ed Coan.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
Yep.
Man,
Ed Coan.
that was killing me.
Like he literally a bulldog. Like whenever the first deadlift he ever did, I can't remember. I want to say he was 21. No, at 21 he became the USA powerlifting champ. But whenever he first deadlifted ever, he deadlifted 400 pounds at like 150, 160 pounds ish. Like just, I'm thinking to my first deadlift, I weighed like 250, and the first deadlift I ever did was like 225. That was it. But homie just like out the gate, was like, which I also think is odd about his numbers. 1,003 pounds bench or squat, 887 deadlift.
Yeah.
That being said, is one story I read about where they talked about that was saying that his opening attempts for squat, because I mean, on powerlifting meet, squat's the first thing you do.
Yeah.
So it was like 800, 900,000 for his squats. So then it went to bench, and then by the time he gets to deadlift, he's just
spent.
yeah. So I think that's why he leaned heavily on squats.
You know, and so I feel like a 5. What was his bench?
573.
573. I feel like if you're squatting 1,000, you should be benching more than that.
I would love to say that I agree with you, but
I don't know.
But being who I am, I'm with him on this one.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of times I hear bench numbers and I'm surprised by them.
I will say the reason I'm surprised by them is not so much because of his squat or deadlift number, but simply because he's 5'5", and he's, pretty thick dude.
Yeah.
Like that just kind of, to me, yells bench press.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know, maybe after you hit, because I was just thinking of the 500-pound bench pressers that I can think of. You know, I feel like there's a lot of 500, people that are in the 500s.
I wish.
But I guess once you get past the mid fives, I guess it drops dramatically.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that like 315 is the new 225 or 405, all that stuff. But I will say that I think whenever you hit that 500, it slows down a lot. Because very few people get over that.
Yeah, and I say a lot. Lot
in the realms that we walk in. Yeah,
yeah, in strength sport. Yeah. The upper levels of strength sports.
Yeah, we're not talking about like a random gym. This is like
the
circles we walk in. There's a lot of people. What are you doing?
Just working the camera, dog. Get off my back. I'm podcasting over here, son.
This is why Alan's going to run the cameras from now.
I don't know. Alan's knocking over lights and stuff.
I said he's over the cameras, not lights.
Can we trust him around the equipment?
But
we just bring a forest beast in.
Can't tame a wild animal. No.
Travis Law showed me a video today. He's like, I don't know if this is real or not, but look what I found, and it's a Bigfoot fighting a grizzly bear. And I was like, who are you going to get in that suit to fight that grizzly bear? That's got to be real, But it was they were like locked up, like almost like a Muay Thai clinch, like wrestling.
I've got to find that video.
Yeah. My phone's up there. Let's say I could message him and have him DM it to me.
Oh, man.
But it was pretty funny. It was pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah. But he made the joke. I was like, who's going to get in a suit and fake that? He said, well, women are pretty fond of bears right now. And I was like, yeah, one that's that size probably would be out there fighting it too. That'd be one that would choose the bear.
True.
It was cool. It was a cool video.
But yeah, Ed actually.
That was it right there.
In an interview, I'll wait till you're done with your video.
No, I just
before we proceed podcasting.
Go ahead. Let that dance. Dude.
Yeah, you go ahead. We'll wait.
Sidecast.
He's jumping.
He just had that clip.
Okay.
He didn't have the whole thing. So he just had this bit right here.
Yeah, he didn't have it jumping off of the cliff.
So he's like, I don't know if this is real or not. Yeah. But the beginning of that video,
yeah,
I'm a little bit more skeptical now.
Yeah. Oh, he hit it with a rock. Okay.
You ever seen the guy with a buffalo?
Yeah. Guy with a buffalo.
Break your gun on a stump. Bam!
Here comes the wolf. Oh no, wolf is chasing the guy on the buffalo.
What you guys didn't see just now, we saw someone in a Bigfoot costume give an atomic elbow off a cliff at a grizzly bear.
That whole altercation is just me and Alan.
I switched so they could see an elbow, just for reference. Just one of these off a cliff at a grizzly bear. Then smacks it, clinches up with it, wrestles it for a minute, and then throws a rock at it and runs away.
And this
without the full context of that video, it looks like it could be the Zapruder film. With the beginning and end, might be fiction.
Might be.
This is why we have David on the show. We talk about Ed Coan. He talks about Bigfoot fighting a grizzly bear.
Now that I've seen it, Bigfoot.
Yeah, I just
it's right here.
Yeah,
I just like how I knew who Ed Coan was, but I also was the one that looked up the video.
This is the exact interpretation of this
Holland
group.
brings us together.
I'm talking about Ed Coan. You're talking about Bigfoot.
I bring us together.
Somehow this connects here.
Holland's like, Ed's cool. What, Bigfoot?
I was like, well, fighting a grizzly. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Did Ed Coan ever fight a grizzly?
Probably not.
No.
I don't know. Maybe. I never met him.
Yeah, me neither. I'd like to.
I'm going to go to MySpace and ask him. Is he still around?
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
Hey,
I think if
Ed.
I put it in my top 5, he'd make
Ed,
it back.
come on the podcast, please. We got some facts we need checking.
Yeah.
But so he did go on after this to steer us back on topic.
Yeah.
Oh. Go ahead.
David forgot what we were talking about.
Just hang on.
He didn't forget. He never knew. Like, you can't forget something you don't know. Anyway, so after that, he in an interview after that, they asked what his plans were, and he said he thinks he can hit a 2,500-pound total.
Man.
So he did go for it, but he got red lighted on some attempts that I didn't see video, but they were saying that it was right there on the edge.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was his bench that was on the edge. His squats, they said, were fine, but they said like I think what was the last squat I said? 1,003. I think he attempted like 1,030, and they said the speed that 1,030 like moved. They said he like coming in fresh.
Yeah.
Could have been good for like 1,060.
Golly.
Like that's dumb,
That's so crazy.
especially to be such a like he's 5'5", 230-ish pounds.
Yeah, he's under 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean,
He never went over. I think he weighed at 240 at one weight class, but that was the most he did that I seen.
and he did it, and these were unequipped.
These are all unequipped.
Man. That's,
I would say not geared, but I mean,
well, yeah. Yeah, a little,
but yeah, not
some supplements, whatever, you know.
yeah, but suits and knee wraps
Yeah, I mean,
where we start to get off track a little bit.
yeah. Wow. You know, it's you know, it's funny. A lot of strength athletes, especially really high level ones like that, at some point do a strongman competition.
Yeah.
I wonder why Ed never.
That I seen, he never did one.
Yeah.
I think he just got so focused in on powerlifting. So that's actually another part I wanted to talk about. Is I read so much today that I couldn't type it all, so I just put it up here as conversation pieces. Is his training
The
method?
old vault.
Yep. Or what'd you call it?
Oh, your mind addict.
Yeah, my mind addict. Put it all up here. But is his training was very thought out, and he never jumped the gun. He said he feels like a lot of people will go into the gym and like he only trained on a 12 to 14 week cycle. Like I know a lot of people do like 8-week cycles or whatever. He only trained on a 12 to 14 week cycle, and he would always train on. And he was a very big believer in everyone should train the same. There's no, whether you want to gain strength or not, whether you're old, small, fat, young, whatever, you should train this way, period.
Yeah.
And it was, you start out with low weight, high rep, and then as you proceed, like every week, you're going to add 5 to 10 pounds and then decrease your reps. And obviously you can't do that infinitely.
Yeah.
But then that's whenever you start over.
So you hit a deload and then.
Yep. And he said that a lot of times where he thinks a lot of people will miss maxes at the end is like in the middle of your program, you go into the gym and like, okay, these squats feel really good today. Let's add 5 to 10 pounds right now.
Yeah.
And then now you've buried yourself because now you've hit that. But he said, no, don't do that. You want to wait until your entire cycle is over, then hit your max.
Yeah.
So whether he would go into the gym, he knows today the plan is like, I know I squat 800-pound max. Or if I can, for one, the numbers that they're using for his rep ranges are stupid. Yeah. Like literally one of them said, like a quote from him was saying, I know I go into the gym and my 5 rep max is 800. And I was like, 5 rep max is 800. What is that number?
Yeah.
But he said, so I learned that if I drop it to 700 and I do like 10 reps, and then the next week I do 10 reps with 710 or 720, whatever, like and we work up that way, then we can surpass that 800 and keep moving. He said, but if at any point, like if I go into the gym today, I know I'm squatting 740 for 5. But if I go in and those 5 feel really good, doesn't matter. We're doing that 740 for 5, and that's it. And he only ever did at most 2 working sets.
Wow.
Never this like 5 sets of 10, 5 sets of 5. It's always he would work up to it, which granted, by the time you work up to a 700-pound set of 5,
You've done a lot of reps.
yes.
Yeah.
Which so that's why I'm like, I wonder if that's what he's thinking because if I'm working up to a 5 rep max of 405, not the same.
Yeah.
But Yeah, they pretty wild. But I also want to know if, like, I don't know. I'm just going to start training that way and see what happens.
Yeah. You know, Chip programs a lot. Chip programs a lot like that. You know, he's really similar to keeping your percentages, exactly what they are. It doesn't matter if you're feeling great and you feel like you could do two more sets. You're done at whatever you're programmed.
Yep. I see give and take to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to get a hold of some heavy stuff every once in a while.
I agree. That's why I think it's good if you have a good foundation of where your max is and where you're going. If you are skewed a little and, like, say, like, you start your program off the idea that your max is a 400-pound squat, but really you're a 500-pound squatter.
Yeah.
What are you getting out of that program?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be starting on some, like, what should be like a RPE 8 or 7, but instead you're starting on like an RPE 5.
Yeah.
So it's really not, in my opinion, not going to gauge you as well. But if you're a new lifter, that doesn't matter. You just need to be pushing weight. And then I think that's where a lot of new lifters go wrong, is they want to max out right now.
Yeah. And, another thing I think, too, the reps are good. Mm-hmm. Like the sets of 10 or whatever, if you're new.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you need to hit some, some muscle building work, Yep.
Well, I actually just talked. So I train my wife 2 days a week at the gym, and I just had this conversation yesterday. I think she did 145. Yeah. No, I already forgot. I don't remember. 135. Doesn't matter. She squatted for like 3 sets, or she did 2 sets, and she said, can we add more weight? I was like, no.
Yeah.
Because I need you to, she said, well, I want to see how strong I am. I was like, yeah, I want to see how strong you are too, but I need you to do an 8-week cycle at least before we max out, because I need you to put reps under the bar so that you know what the bar needs to feel like.
Yeah.
Because like right now, yesterday's an example, is she's having a problem of whenever she hits the top of her squat, like after she's finishing, the bar is bouncing and then sliding down her back. And I said, and so she'll roll it back up her back. I'm like, yeah, that's great when the weight is really light, but like, let's say you are suddenly squatting 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Like that's equivalent to me squatting 400 pounds.
You're not going to be able to wrist roll that.
No, you try to wrist roll that on your back, you're going to break your wrist or fall.
Yeah.
But all these are not good.
It's like, have you seen squatters break their forearms?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, same with any new lifter, primarily new lifters. This is good information for everybody, but primarily new lifters is don't think you need to max out to get your numbers for your program first. Yeah. If you've never worked out, just work out and pick a weight that feels good or feels hard for 10 reps. Work up from that.
Yeah.
And then at your end of your 8 weeks, if you like surpassed whatever weight you were using, perfect. But by then you have a foundation to build off of. Right. Instead of, I've never squatted before. Let's put 500 pounds on the bar and see what happens.
Yeah.
And you get a spinal.
Yeah. Spinal.
I broke my back.
Spinal.
It's spinal.
But yeah, I think the hypertrophy work is good early on, especially.
Exactly.
Like now I hardly do any hypertrophy stuff.
I don't either, and that's.
But I've been thinking for years.
I've been thinking a lot about that lately. That like since I've gotten really into powerlifting, it's been really low rep stuff. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, that's fine. That's great. I'm not down on it, but like especially reading through this stuff, I was like, man, I think this is what I'm missing.
Yeah.
Is I've been looking everywhere for like a new program or trying to rewrite a new program for my stuff. I'm like, I feel like I just need to go. And this is the second time I've seen something that made me think this. I've seen another guy that I did one of his programs before and I loved it, but he said sometimes you need to do less is more.
Yeah.
Like people get really into their accessory work, so they'll do one major movement, like you'll squat today, and then you're going to do 6 accessories after that. What happens if you just take out like 4 of those accessories and then do more volume on squats?
Yeah.
And then add in 1 or 2 accessories after that.
Working some Richard Simmons sweating the oldies.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I've been doing.
Sometimes you just got to spend, like you got to do with God. Sometimes you got to spend some time under the bar. You know what I mean?
Put on some of your best colorful spandex and just get to it.
Yeah.
Yep. You just never mind.
Play some oldies and get to sweating.
Yeah. Step up and down off of things repeatedly.
You just got to grind it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grinder, not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor yet. But yeah, so I think especially for young lifters or experienced lifters, because this is what I'm about to do.
Young Lifter. That's going to be my rap name.
There you go.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
I've been looking for a new program, but I think what I need to do is just cut back to what's original. Cut back to
Jumping jacks, push-ups, and stuff.
That's what won the war.
But all right, that's enough serious fitness talk. Holland, you got an ad.
I got an ad.
Natty Addy.
I've got a NutriFit ad.
You do.
I'm going to give you the floor yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen,
David has left the building.
David has left the building.
Oh my Lord. I love just your ponytails up.
Factory work is rough. It stinks in here, dude.
It stinks in here, dude. Swear to God, my dude. Like,
What's up, brother?
yeah. All right, go ahead, Holland.
Special teams. Okay.
Tuesday.
Get ready to conquer and reach your peak. NutriFit has the power that you seek. From the gym to the field, they'll fuel your fire. Unleash your strength, reach higher and higher. From dawn till dusk, they have your back. NutriFit is the key to staying on track. Go to NutriFit.com and use discount code CalebCDay to get the supplements needed to pave the way.
Never fails. That is spot on every time. Speaking of which, I do need to look this up because there was, I was looking at supplements on there the other day.
What a seamless transition.
That's what I said.
It was.
I was looking at supplements the other day and I seen one where I was like, buddy, this has to be something we read on podcasts because this was like the best description of a supplement, and now I just got to remember which one it is.
You know, and I think, speaking of supplements and new lifters, I think that's one thing also that they think that they can load up on, you know, BCAAs and all this stuff, and then they're going to magically bench 100 more pounds. And when it doesn't work, they get frustrated and, you know. And
Oh, yeah.
like,
That's what
So that's an acronym. I've been grabbing those tubs at Kmart and calling them because. I thought it was kind of bird language.
that's way more fun. That's what I'm going to start doing.
I need to know real quick because I agree we'll start calling them that. But I do need to know, did you really think that it wasn't an acronym?
The world may never know.
Okay.
Branch chain amino acids.
But yeah, I tell
Otherwise known as.
any new lifter that asks me any question I was like, what supplement should I be on? Food and sleep.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like the pre-workout is the only supplement I will legitimately recommend because, I mean, like me, some people just need that extra bit of energy to get into the gym. If you don't, that's great. Don't use it. But also minimum creatine.
Yeah, at some point, creatine is good to add.
Creatine monohydrate is like the number one scientifically proven to work.
Yeah, and I mean, and like the research on it goes back like 75 years.
Yeah, like there's no reason to not use it. Even just general health. You don't even have to be in the gym to use it. Just general health-wise, it is worth using.
Yep.
And just so lucky enough, NutriFit sells it.
Yeah.
So if you buy it, you can use our discount code and get a deal on it.
Yeah. And the discount code, once again, is Caleb C. Day.
Yep.
I'm glad you circled back. You were pretty hard on supplements there for a second.
Speaking of supplements, so they have this one. I have not used this one yet, but honestly, after their description, I kind of want to try it. So it's the Carnage Bloodlust Pump Caps. Sorry.
I was about to say, I've seen those on the internet.
And
Not these.
here is their description of said product. In big bold letters, a powerhouse of patented pump enhancers. Try saying that 10 times fast.
I love it when it starts with alliteration.
And then in bold letters but slightly smaller, the most insane muscle pump you've ever experienced, ... This will test your skin's elasticity and put it to the test.
What's
I'm
this
buying
for?
some right now.
Here's the hold on. Here's the rest of the description. Carnage Bloodlust Pump is unlike any pump enhancer you've ever tried. It's like going from a Ford Focus and jumping directly into a Lamborghini Veneno while blindfolded. It's scary and fun all at the same time. It's like losing your virginity to a supermodel, and now everyone can't stop staring at you. Now take all of that and enter yourself into the gym. People are going to look, heads are going to turn, and you'll even find yourself doing a double take in the mirror. Unsure if what you're seeing is legit, just be prepared, because your life is about to change. The pump is going to be so severe, so nasty, that you may need to hold back the frightened look on your face as you'd swear your skin is about to burst. Oh,
Are you on hymns.com?
and about that pump, It should be noted that Carnage Bloodlust Pump doesn't just pump up the muscles you're hitting in the gym. It's good for down there, too. So about losing your virginity to a supermodel that we spoke of, it may just become a reality. Yeah.
Wow.
You're welcome.
That's great.
Wow. I mean, that is...
Warning, the muscle pump attained through this product may be too intense for some. I don't know what I've really not researched any more into this product, but I'm about to buy it, especially because
We'll just take it, let God do the research.
especially because we get a discount
Yeah.
using Caleb C Day at checkout. So, nutrifit.com, Caleb C Day at checkout, and try some Bloodlust pump caps. Not to be confused with pump cups. That's very different.
Yes. Stay away from pump cups.
They're getting really edgy with the names. I'm waiting for one called, like, I don't know, the Massive Throbbers or something.
So I had a intramural softball team.
Odd segue, but
And,
okay.
Well, no, it just made me think of it. And we
Been there.
for for a few years, our team name was the Big Knockers. You know.
Who thought of that name?
Well, yeah, I don't remember.
You did, didn't you?
But then this girl that was on the planning committee was offended, and we had to change it.
It's always somebody on a committee.
That's why you should have said it's pronounced knackers. It's big knackers.
But yeah, I
It's
thought
like it's
that
all
was,
knackered up. You know what I'm saying?
I thought that was a good name for a softball team.
Yeah. What could go wrong?
Well, people can be offended. That's what can go wrong, and then you have to just throw away all your shirts that you had made. And
Well, you'll have that
Get
on
a
them
new
big
name.
jobs.
I pitched the idea that the church softball team called themselves the Codeine Cowboys. They weren't in for it.
the Codeine Cowboys.
You know, I wish you still had those shirts. We'd sell them as merch for the podcast. Speaking of, where'd he go? Speaking of merch for the podcast, if you come to the sick Kentucky Expo or Kentucky Open, you may just get a cool little just married Jessica and David Corbin
2019.
koozie. Because in case you were wondering, all you need is love.
I got a closet full of them. Got to move them fast.
You don't say that. We had them specially
I've
made.
only got 3 left, and they're all $100 a piece. Better run and grab them while they last.
I'm going to be honest. When you showed me this is the most David merch I've ever seen in my life, and that's why I want to hand it out at the Kentucky Open.
My wife got them for the wedding, obviously, but then we forgot to take them to the wedding. So we've got a closet full of koozies we were supposed to give out at our wedding in
Lifetime
2019.
supply.
You know what's worse than that? You buy a bunch of things, take it to your wedding to give out, and no one takes them. So you wind up with 2 boxes of wax melts.
Yeah.
You guys want some wax melts?
I've got some.
You want some more?
I've still got 3 packs that are unopened.
Well, it took you like 6 weeks to remember to grab them.
It takes me like 6 weeks to remember a lot of stuff.
That's true. Every week, David would come in here for the podcast. He'd be like, "Hey, remind me to get some of those wax melts." Okay. To be fair, I didn't remind him.
So who really forgot?
In all honesty, I didn't remind him. So,
Let's not play the blame game here.
Holland, what are you doing over there?
Ordering that stuff.
Are you really? It's become a thing that Holland orders something every time he's in here. Last week he ordered. Did you get the smelling salts yet?
Yes.
I need some. You got some old ones you don't want to have? You don't want to use? What happened to those ones you had at the powerlifting meet? Because those were it, buddy.
He smelled all those salts already.
I don't
I only remember which ones they were.
I don't remember.
It wasn't the ones that you forgot at the gym, and it's not your new ones in an urn.
Yeah. I'm not sure where those are.
I don't know, but I need them Saturday. Speaking of Saturday, well, this episode's coming out after, so it doesn't matter.
One of us does that every week.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Whose idea was it to record 2 weeks ahead?
There's a podcast on YouTube that's getting a lot of crap for recording ahead because they do it like way ahead. It's too convenient. I'll nail them. I'll name them. I don't care if I'm ever on their podcast anyway. Screw those guys. Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, like their podcast has been tanking, and like they bank episodes. So like they'll be talking about stuff that was like 6 months ago, and that's one of the people are complaining about them phoning it in, and that just makes it worse. So just remind me.
Yeah. So since this is going to be coming out in the future, how'd you do this? How'd you do at the Smoky Mountain Highland game, Alan?
I don't know.
He won
What do you mean you don't
first
know yet?
overall.
First place.
Yeah.
See?
9 PRs in a 7-event game.
And he got 3 9.5s in the figure skating event.
It was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That triple overhand sow cow he hit. Not a dry eye around the rink.
No, it was beautiful.
Yeah, I've never seen somebody make such poetry with their body on the ice.
Yeah.
It made Blades of Glory look like child's play.
Yeah, he did it to everyone's favorite song, Funky Cole Medina.
Tom Loke.
Yep.
I kept
stole the
recommending,
show in Ace Ventura.
I kept saying he should do Lowrider, but he made the better call.
If there's one thing Alan's not, it's a cultural appropriator.
Fair enough. Well,
He's the bad boy figure skating. Chaz Michael Michaels.
so Alan, got any dogs? At this point, I just love that it cracks Holland up every time.
Well, Alan was the guest that you first
I know.
brought that out.
Now I want to know what.
I thought she was genuinely curious. Anyways, you did get it.
Oh, he's curious.
You know what's fun is reading more stuff from NutriFit.
I wish I had a tablet or phone to look at. I sacrificed for my art.
Me too. Don't have my phone.
You just got a 72-inch flat screen on your lap.
Do you want to use it to write the show notes every week?
No, I don't want to take it from you. I see you over there watching
that's-
Mean Girls.
That's what I thought. So the last one we'll hit before we find some other random topic to jump off to is
You jump off this topic, buddy.
the Carnage Pump non-stem.
Oh.
Big bold letters. Get pumped. Get noticed, get compliments, and get gains with a Z. That means it's cool.
Yeah.
Is there really anything else you could ask for? Do you want heads to turn? Do you want the seams of your clothing to scream as they are held together by the last thread? Do you want to achieve pumps that are so intense you swear your skin is about to rip? That's the power of Carnage Pump. The most advanced and delicious non-stem pump formula on the market. That's it.
Anyways, Alan, boxers or briefs?
Yeah. That's what the people really want to
Or
know.
boxer briefs.
Sir Bruce.
Or some of those fancy ones that have a little pouch in the front.
Or whitey tidies. There's nothing wrong with that. Good old-fashioned whitey tidy.
That's what briefs are.
What?
Isn't that what briefs are?
No.
Yeah.
Briefs are not whitey tidies.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they
Yes.
are not.
Then what are
Yes,
they?
They are.
What are what?
What are
Briefs.
briefs then?
What are briefs? Little underwears that are like shorts. They're like spandex
Those are
shorts.
boxer
That's
briefs.
what boxer briefs.
I said whitey tidies.
Those are briefs.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boxer
Literally-
briefs is a combination of tidy whities and like boxers.
I have never in my life heard this. I have always
Yeah.
called it whitey tidies, period.
Briefs are whitey tidies,
Not
yeah.
boxers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Briefs are.
Boys,
You ever notice boxer briefs have the overflap like tidy whities do, and boxers just have the button? Boxer briefs are a combination of the two. That's why they have both names. Briefs are one, boxers are the other. You bring them together, you got boxer briefs, baby.
And that's the show.
Man,
I actually forgot that I have a tip of the day.
this has been a very informative show.
Yeah, somehow we went from like not talking about anything to somehow really good information.
Caleb's learned he's been calling his underwear something wrong his entire life.
I've just been saying I've been wearing briefs this whole time. Hold on a
People have
minute.
been like, what a loser.
Hold on. We're about.
What I like is he was going to show up.
I did. I really thought about it.
I'm wearing Jurassic Park boxers.
Save it for the Patreon. Oh, yes.
For the people at home.
And for the people listening,
It might be my favorite score by, what's his name, John Williams?
Oh,
Because Star Wars is cool, but I feel like it doesn't go anywhere. Like the Jurassic Park kind of starts off, sets the mood before it builds.
Yeah.
Star Wars is like in your face, aggressive the whole time, and trails off. I like Jurassic Park because it kind of
well, I'll
builds.
be a monkey's uncle. How about that? It really is.
he had to fact check us.
I'll be darned, dude.
There's certain dudes that you don't expect to learn stuff from, huh?
I mean, look, right there it is. Whoop.
Whoa!
There it is.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, we know.
Briefs, snug, supportive, minimal coverage. Boxer briefs, snug, supportive, and breathable thigh coverage. Boxers, loose, breathable thigh coverage. Look at that.
Look at that.
We told you. I hate to
that's
be the
from-
one that says a toe to so, but
That's from TommyJohn.com.
I had his surgery in my elbows.
So anyways, I got a tip of the day. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Feeling stressed?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then try doing some yoga. Or if that fails, just lie on the floor in a corpse pose and hope for the best.
I prefer that. I don't like yoga.
I'm gonna do that in the middle of the break room. At work.
They come in, what are you doing? Yoga. or some form of yoga.
Yeah.
My chakras are crooked, boys.
Yeah. Gotta realign my chi.
No, I'm not falling for that again. David told me that at the bathroom one time. No, thank you.
I said, let me check your chi, dog.
Let me realign those
Take the
chakras.
express route.
He squeezed into the urinal with me, which wasn't the weird part. But then he said, want me to realign your chi? Like,
I said, we call this the Jim Henson method.
and I said, he usually sneaks up on you on that one, though. No warning for it.
Yeah.
You
I
just
have
hear
cold hands.
you just hear the whisper of him saying that behind you, and then you just like that.
All of a sudden, you're Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
I was walking
Being
by.
green, ask him.
I was walking by the bathroom the other day, and I heard somebody else in the distance. And I knew, David,
Yeah,
he
his
got him.
chi's never been better.
That's a sound of a man's chi being realigned right there. David's out here doing God's work.
His chi was Cool Ranch.
All right, so in closing, if anyone else has anything else to add about,
Already time?
yeah, we're actually over time.
Let's do another one.
Run it back.
No. Okay. Yeah, we can close.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll save it for next time.
I shall allow it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Alan, you have anything you want to add?
I'm good.
You ain't added anything like the whole time.
Hey, his presence.
We're trying to
has been
talk him
enough.
into being a permanent podcast member.
Yep.
Everybody hound him about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna hug
He's
him
the
until
goat.
he says no, or until he says yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's been saying
We
no.
like it when he plays hard to get.
If he says yes, it's old news. We don't care anymore.
Don't pull that yes shit around here. You know I like a struggle.
Quit giving in. Fight me back.
Yeah. Spit my face. Tell me I'm ugly.
That's better. That's better. All right. In closing,
Ask not what your country can do for you. I know you paused. I panicked. It was quiet.
hard work is worthless for those that don't believe in themselves. From Naruto Uzumaki.
Oh.